My views on self-love, self-compassion, and personal authority have changed over the years. Well, to be clear, I don't know if they changed as much as I wasn't even aware or paying attention to the idea of self-love and self-compassion, much less personal authority, for most of my life. As I began working with people several years ago as a life and grief coach, it became obvious that many people don't trust themselves. I began to see the big mistake that we make when it comes to self-love, self-compassion, and personal authority. Also, I admit that I can't do this topic justice in a short email, but maybe we can get started. Here's the biggest mistake we make. Most people feel that self-love, self-compassion, and personal authority will lead to conflict or self-centeredness. But who is at the center of your world? You are. That is a fact that can't be dismissed. You are supposed to be self-centered, but not in the way you may think. When we learn to love ourselves and offer compassion to ourselves and our experiences, we build trust in our inner authority, our intuition. And what is personal authority? It's the inner knowing which is divinely led. What if personal authority doesn't cause egocentrism? What if the complete opposite is true? What if we claimed our own personal authority and we connected to the divine within us, and became heart-centered instead of mind-centered or ego-centered? If we were all heart-centered, in other words centered in our divinity, we would be love-centered instead of centered on fear. From our love center we recognize the divinity and love in others. When we are mind or ego-centered, we become fearful of anything that doesn't agree with our way of thinking or our worldview. When we honor the love in ourselves, we honor the love in others. When we honor our unique story and path in life, we honor the unique story in others. When we honor our personal divinity, we truly honor the divine in every person. When we center ourselves in the divine heart, we can see and honor the fear in ourselves and others with love and compassion, rather than with resistance and more fear. Let's bring this full circle. When fear is met with compassion, it loosens its hold and creates a safe space for more love to grow. Then slowly the weeds of fear are less and less, and the flowers of love are more abundant and beautiful. We regain the space in our heart with divine growth and beauty. That is personal authority in its divine glory. Own your inner authority. Start today. How do you feel about self-love, self-compassion, and personal authority? With love and light.